Update, because right now, looking at the big picture here, there's a little bit of light rain over the area, but the most concerning thing is this strong to severe thunderstorm moving into Gillespie County. The worst of this storm is just outside of Gillespie County, out in Currie County, Kerrville, an area that got hit hard recently with some big hail. And at this point, we are concerned about hail and damaging winds out of this storm here. It's moving to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. So when we put on a timeline here, you can expect this storm to be entering Morris Ranch at about 6:30, moving over that county line here within the next 15-20 minutes. Fredericksburg about 6:44, but give yourself about 5 minutes of wiggle room on this time. Again, these are radar estimates. It's not Bible, so we want to make sure you guys know that, yes, you still have time to move your car right now, but do it quickly. Fredericksburg Elementary School, we expect this storm to be nearing you at about 6:46. What about the hail? Well, radar is estimating that we've got hail about the size of golf balls right now just south of Kerrville, but this warning is for the potential for hail to be the size of eggs, hen eggs, 2 inches or greater. So this is a serious storm that we want you guys to be being proactive in. As I mentioned, the worst of the storm is still to your south for those in Fredericksburg, but this is one of what is likely to be many storms moving through central Texas over the next few hours. This is the main line. These storms were coming off of some of the higher terrain of northern Mexico. So it's really these two, this line of storms and this cluster of thunderstorms that will be impacting us over the next several hours. Severe thunderstorm watch. If you've got the KXAN weather app, you were alerted to this first. This came out in the 3 a.m. hour and it's expected to continue until 10 a.m. for the Hill Country and the Austin Metro. I think just because of timing here, we'll probably see a little bit more of an extension into our eastern counties, but you'll see these storms later in the morning and in the day. Visibility is down significantly. We've been telling you a lot this morning that you got to leave some extra time to get to where you need to go this morning because it's so dense that you're going to have to follow the lines on the road, and it's going to make it tricky, especially with those storms coming in. When you've got a mile of visibility because of that dense fog, you're not going to be able to see this storm coming through from the southwest. High temperatures in the 80s today, so we've got warmth. As far as the rain chance goes, that's 80% coverage, and most of that comes this morning. A little bit of a wonky timeline here. Typically, we're used to seeing the most active weather in the afternoon. That's not going to happen today. Most of the storm activity is going to roll in before noon. Let me show you, I think, the computer that's got the best handle on what's going to happen today. If I put this into motion, you're noticing by 7, 8, 9 a.m., those storms are in the Hill Country and they're intensifying. They're not weakening like they typically do. Austin Metro, I would say 8, 9, 10 a.m. is when we're going to see the bulk of this strong storm activity over the I-35 corridor. I mean, you know, you think about worst case timing, we're going to have kids still at the bus stop, especially for some of those later starting schools, middle and high school. We want to make sure you guys know you have to wait out these storms. They're going to be at the very least strong, if not severe, and then into our eastern counties 10, 11 noon time. Depending on how this morning shakes out is going to determine how strong and how widespread these afternoon evening storms are. I'm not confident in that. I'm focused on this morning. If we see these storms intensify and blow up, then it's going to take a little while for our atmosphere to recover. It's going to be exhausted of the energy, and that's going to limit the afternoon storm potential. But we know this morning and really through the day that the ingredients are there. 2 out of 5 risk to a 3 out of 5 risk. This is the first time this season that we've had that sort of threat. And even when we break it down by risks, it's been a while since we've had this kind of tornado threat here. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but the ingredients are there for these storms to spin. That isolated tornado risk is significant because you think about it, the colors tell me tornadoes are possible. When we see black lines on top of these hazards, that means it's a significant risk. And by significance, we're talking definition here, textbook, that would be EF2 or greater. And we need to definitely watch that tornado risk in addition to hail and wind. I think, in my opinion, looking at what we have now, these are going to be some big time hailers. That is the most serious concern, I think, out of any of these well-developed storms, is there's potential for some really big hail in addition to the flooding. The flood risk is a 2 out of 4. We could easily pick up 1 to 2 inches out of one storm. And there's a lot more than one storm out there. So we'll have to watch it closely, especially for my friends who got heavy rain yesterday, eastern counties. But in the meantime, make sure we're staying connected. Keep KXAN on. Flip over to the CW when we get there at 7 a.m. because we're going to be updating you constantly as these severe storms roll through. A few more isolated storms possible Wednesday, Thursday, not nearly as active as today, but then we'll go quiet Friday through the weekend. Really nice Mother's Day with sunshine and 80s. But in the meantime, Gillespie County, watch that storm coming up from your southwest. Erica?
All right, thank you so much.